Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and today I'm showing you our latest exciting delivery of new simplicity patterns, plus lots of lovely fabrics too. Let's get started. The first pattern I want to share with you is a gorgeous Mimi G pattern. It's Simplicity 3036, and they're just a lovely sort of comfortable yet smart put together looking trouser. I just really like them. So they have got a drawstring at the waist, and it looks like it's elasticated waist. Yeah, it does tell you need elastic for them. We sell all the elastic and notions and everything on our website too, so you can find that on the website. I'll pop links to the patterns and fabrics below for you. But yeah, a nice elasticated waist, so nice and comfortable. Lovely modern wide leg trouser. They've got a crease down the front and then the drawstring effect, and I just really like the way that Mimi G styled them on the packet as well. I love the two-tone purple hues, so she's got like a lovely lilac cardigan on with a more purple, proper purple sort of coloured trouser. I really like that, and I just like the way she styled them, yeah, with that cosy cardigan and then these comfortable fitting trousers. They're almost like a really smart sweatpant or jogging bottom. They've got side pockets as well, and they run up to a size 26, which is a 41.5-inch waist and a 50 hip, and they are designed to be sewn up in things like a double knit, cotton blends, lightweight denims, linen blends. So you could also make yourself some really nice linen trousers in the summer with this pattern as well. So I think it's nice and versatile, and just something I probably need more of in my wardrobe as well. I've got lots of pairs of jeans, but yeah, some of these other alternatives to jeans that are still comfortable but still look relatively smart, I think would be great to have in the old handmade wardrobe. And the fabric I chose to sew those up in, I was really inspired by Mimi G, and I chose our Dynasty fabric, which is a stretch twill fabric, so it hangs beautifully. It's got good movement, but it's also got some give in it as well, and I just thought that would work really well for those. And then you could go for that beautiful two-tone look as well if you wanted to, inspired by Mimi G. But there's lots of other fabrics we've got on the site that you could use for those trousers as well, so I'll pop links to the patterns and fabrics below for you. The next pattern I wanted to share is Simplicity 3032. So this is a blouse pattern, and I just really like the different views you've got. You've got 3 different views on it. The first one has got a high round crew neck. It's a button down front. It's got waist darts and bust darts, so it's going to give you a nice fit and a nice shape around the bust. And then it's got a relatively full sleeve, which is gathered at the sleeve head, which I always like because I just think that makes life so much easier when you're setting the sleeves in. If you've got a bit of gathering there, you haven't got to worry so much, you haven't got to worry about tucks and things, whereas when you're trying to set a sleeve in smoothly, obviously it can be a bit more challenging easing that fabric in. But if you've got gathers there, they hide a multitude of sins because you want that fabric to be gathered anyway. So I always think that's great when you have that. Plus I just think it's a lovely pretty sewing detail as well. And then the sleeve is gathered at the hem as well, so you get like a little balloon effect at the bottom, and then yeah, gathered at the hem. And again, I just really love that look. I just think it's a really pretty sleeve, and I really like that view A. It's just very plain, very simple on the bodice, and then just these pretty sleeves. I think it's fantastic. Then if you want to mix it up a bit, there's an option with a collar, well, a neckband, and a beautiful pussy bow blouse, which I think is really pretty. And they've suggested sort of quite a thin, that view has got quite a thin pussy bow blouse. And then if you like something with real impact, there's a version with a big oversized pussy bow blouse. And then it's also got a fitted sleeve, but then a sort of wide piece that starts at the bottom of where your short sleeve would finish, and it's sort of a really voluminous piece that then goes into a deep cuff, and it's gathered where it joins the bottom of the sleeve, and it's gathered where it joins the top of the cuff. So it's sort of like a voluminous middle piece really on that sleeve. Personally, not the one I would go for. I like the other two better, but you know, the nice thing is there are 3 views here, so lots of different options. It runs up to a size 26, which is a 48 bust, 41.5 waist and a 50 hip. And I thought this lovely new denim that we've had in recently, it's like a denim chambray, and I made a dress in almost an identical fabric to this a few years ago now. And I still wear it all the time because I just love the fabric so much. It's just got like a very subtle, almost like a sheen to it. It's a really lovely weight for shirts and dresses and things like that. It's really, really pretty. And I just thought one of those shirts would look great sewn up in that. And then you could pair it with like black jeans or black trousers. And then the next pattern I wanted to share with you is Simplicity 3035. So this is a sweatshirt and then a sweatshirt sort of skirt, so made out of the same sort of sweatshirting fleece. So you've got the option for a mini skirt or probably hit above the knee, I would imagine, or a full length maxi skirt. And it's a tube skirt, so it's quite straight, but it's got 2 slits either side at the side seam. And then the top is what I really liked. So it's a sweatshirt pattern, but it's got a lovely funnel neck, so it'd be lovely and warm for winter, and it's fastened with a half zip. We do some lovely chunky zips on our website, so you can find all of the notions and everything you need, as well as the pattern and the fabric. Just check out the links below to our website. But then also the other thing I really like about the top is that it's got a yoke, which has then got different sections. It's got like some diagonal seams so that you can do a bit of colour blocking. The bodice has got seams as well that come up the front and in a diagonal from the sort of centre or mid-front waist up to the sleeve. And then it's just, yeah, so it's just got lots of different options for colour blocking on the back as well. So yeah, this one runs up to an XXL, which is a 48 bust, 41.5 waist and a 50 hip. And yeah, I just like the idea of the colour blocking, but I just really like that sweatshirt. It's quite cropped, and then it's got this lovely funnel neck, but if you don't want the funnel neck, you can unzip it and have that open as a normal collar as well. So just thought it was a really nice sort of twist on the classic sweatshirt, and something I think I would wear a lot. And for the colour blocking option, I just love these 2 colours together, and one day I hope I get around to making something with them. But we've got lots of different colours in our sweatshirting fabric. We've got some lovely like glittery ones, we've got bold ones, we've got neutral ones. They're fleece backed or French terry. These ones are fleece backed, but I just think that petrol colour and that lilac colour go together so well, and they're so pretty. But we've got like classic greys and all that sort of thing as well. We've got the black and we haven't got white, I don't think, but we've got black and a light grey that you could use to do something similar and understated to what's on the pattern packet. Or you can just create it all in the same colour, but then just have those seams. And a really nice idea actually would be to maybe do, if you've got a top cover stitch machine, you could maybe decorate those seams with a bit of top cover stitching. That would look really pretty. But just lots to play around with and get creative with on that pattern, I think. And then the next pattern I wanted to share is a 1970s vintage. You all know how much I love the 70s and the 70s fashion and music, so I'm always a bit of a sucker for these. It's Simplicity 3046. Very often as well, they're easy sew patterns, these. So there's only 2 main pattern pieces to this pattern, so they suggest that it's easy cut and easy sew, which is always nice. And they're just really cute dresses. So you've got the option to have a slash neck at the front and then a V-neck at the back. Or you can have a V-neck at the front and a slash neck at the back. You could probably have V-necks on both if you wanted to, or slash necks on both. I think if you had the V-necks on both, you just might have to watch that the shoulders wouldn't drop down. You might want to just put a little tie across the back from one side to the other, but it might be okay. But they've both got like a lovely waist tie as well that you can either tie at the front or the back. And then you can make it in a maxi version with a slit up the front, or you can make it in a shorter version which hits around just below the knee by the looks of it. It runs up to a size 26, so the same measurements I've given you before: 48 bust, 41.5 waist and 50 hip. And It's also got a centre front and a centre back seam as well. And it is designed to be sewn up in stretch fabric, so all sorts of different double knits and stretch fabrics. The pick and knit rules on the back of the pattern packet, so you can check the stretch of your fabric and make sure it's stretchy enough. I've got two options for you on this one. First of all, I thought our beautiful ritual fabric in this gorgeous sort of wine colour or burg, I don't know what colour, I can't remember what it's called. I think it might be called wine. But it's just so pretty, so on trend, so this season, and it's a lovely soft knit fabric. It's really drapey. I just think that would work beautifully for that dress. And then the other one I wanted to share is this little bit of gorgeousness, which is another jersey fabric. And I cannot remember the composition of this one, but as I say, all of the links will be provided below, so you can jump onto our website, buy the patterns and fabrics there and find out more information about them, find out the composition. I've got a feeling this might be a viscose jersey. It feels like a viscose jersey to me. But it's a lovely weight. I love that print. I think because the dress is quite plain, it would show this off really well. And yeah, that would just work beautifully. I just love the colour on that one. I love the print. I love everything about it. So pretty. So that's my choice for that one. And then next up is another sweatshirt pattern. So this is Simplicity 3040. This is a unisex pattern. It's an easy to sew pattern, so I just think it's, you know, it could do quite a lot of mileage for somebody if you've got various different people in your family you want to make things for. It's just like an oversized loose fitting sweatshirt with the suggestion of sort of wide ribbed neckband and then hem bands and cuffs as well, and you can make a sleeveless version as well, like a tank top version. The XXL is 52 chest, 48 waist and a 53 hip. And yeah, it's for stretch knits such as cotton knits, French terry sweater knits, that sort of thing. I thought you could just sew that up in one of our sweater knits, like maybe the lilac, and then we've got some navy blue ribbing, which would be quite a nice contrast for the neckline if you wanted to do that. Or you could buy some fun like decorative patterned ribbing possibly to do that as well. And then the next pattern I wanted to share is Simplicity 3034. So this is a coat with the scarf attached. So these have been super popular the last few seasons. There's the option for a full length, hitting at sort of the midi length point. There's an option for that, or there's an option for a shorter coat. It's like an asymmetric, fastens down slightly to one side. It's got princess seams coming from the armhole down to the patch pockets on the front, and then it's got this sort of shawl scarf collar type thing to it, long sleeves obviously. That runs up to a 24, which is a 46 bust, 39 waist and 48 hip, and it's designed for things like boiled wools, fleeces, medium weight wools, that sort of thing. The fabrics I chose for this one, I've got two options for this one. We've got this lovely understated silver grey stripy fabric, which has got a very subtle herringbone effect within those little stripes. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera there, but I thought that would work quite well. But we've also got a good old Lady McElroy boucle fabric in just this classic black and white colourway, and I thought it would look really good in that as well. I just think this is just a nice classic coating fabric that just sort of stands the test of time, never really sort of goes out of favour, would just be quite a good sort of neutral option to have. And then finally, I just wanted to include a pattern that one of our lovely customers got in touch about, and he was chasing me up saying, oh, you know, when will you get this pattern in? He was really excited to receive it. And I can see why, because I just really like it. So it's a man's pattern. It's 3038, and it's just a really cool cropped jacket with a lovely big collar and a zip front. And I just think I can see why he was so desperate to get hold of it, because it's quite unusual and quite different to anything else I've seen. It's also got a really interesting detail across the back. So there's a yoke at the top, but the yoke sort of continues all the way down the sleeve, so that your sleeves, I imagine, are in two pieces. So yeah, just really interesting design details. It runs up to an XXL, which is a 52 chest, 48 waist and 53 hip, and it's designed to be sewn up in things like boiled wool, broadcloth, chinos, corduroys, cotton blends, denim, that sort of thing. I thought it would look great sewn up in just a lovely classic denim, because I mean, a denim jacket, I always think, you know, we all know the classic denim jacket, we've probably all got one or two, but then I always think it's quite nice when you see a jacket that's a denim jacket, but it's not that traditional denim jacket style, and it's something a bit smarter. I had like a blazer style one years ago that I absolutely loved, and I just thought this boxy crop jacket would look really good in this dark indigo denim, and then you could do a contrast collar the same as they have done on the packet. I picked out this beige coloured cotton 7-berry twill, but you know, you could contrast with whatever you wanted to, but I just thought that would be a really fun make as well. So all of the patterns, all of the fabrics, they're all on our website. Do jump on and check them out and buy them there, and if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.